Sequoia National Park has quiet sequoia groves, spectacular sunset views, and alpine lakes. One of the best ways to explore this bucket list park up close is on a hike. Taking a stroll in Sequoia National Park grants you access to some of the world's most giant trees and helps you escape the crowds. There are more than 50 hiking trails in Sequoia National Park, covering hundreds of miles. In this huge park you will have to decide which hiking trail to choose. Sometimes that can be hard to you. That's why we've listed in this video on the top 15 hikes in Sequoia National Park. The list starts from easy and family-friendly hikes and end with adventurous harder hikes. This guide covers everything you need to know for choosing the best Sequoia National Park hikes, including how to get to the park, where to stay, and tips for a successful hike amongst the sequoias. So keep watching by hitting on the subscribe button, just for we need your support. Number 1. The General Sherman Tree. The General Sherman tree is famous for being the largest tree in the world. At over 17 feet wide and 275 feet tall, this giant sequoia has a volume of over 50,000 cubic feet. Over 1,000 years, it's easy to see why General Sherman draws so many visitors. The best way to visit this famous sequoia is on a short hike from Wolverton Road. The parking lot here is the perfect place to start your adventure to the world's biggest tree. From the trailhead, the path to General Sherman Tree is an easy trail 1-mile round trip. While the trail is easy overall, there is elevation as you climb back up to the parking lot after seeing the tree. Sequoia National Park runs a shuttle throughout this park area in the summer, stopping at the General Sherman Tree accessible trailhead. The shuttle allows visitors to see the tree on a shorter hike instead of parking at the further away trailhead. This trail is easily the most crowded in the park. It's common to see long lines to get a picture in front of the tree. We think this hike is a must-do to see the largest trees in the world, but don't spending all your time here. General Sherman Tree hiking stats. Distance, 1.2 miles. Elevation, 196 feet. Length of time, 30 minutes. Difficulty, easy. Number 2. Big Trees Trail. The Big Trees Trail is the second most popular trail in the park, after General Sherman Tree. This scenic trail takes you through the giant forest, one of the most extensive groves of sequoias in the world. Here you can see several giant sequoias on an easy access trail. The trail weaves through the round meadow, lined with ancient sequoias. Along the way, you'll find plenty of detailed markers and displays to help you learn more about the giant sequoias. Start your hike at the Giant Forest Museum. In the summer, we highly recommend getting here before 9 a.m. to find a parking spot. Then, when the shuttles are running, you can take the shuttle to other areas of the park throughout the day to avoid having to search for a new parking spot. Big Trees Trail hiking stats. Distance, 1.3 miles. Elevation, 114 feet. Length of time, 30 minutes. Difficulty, easy. Number 3. Congress Trail. To see more sequoias and escape the crowds around the General Sherman Tree, add on the Congress Trail. This hike starts at the same trailhead as General Sherman Tree, passing the giant and looping out to 2 other sequoia groves. In this part of the park, the groves and largest sequoias are named after former U.S. presidents, generals, and both houses of Congress. Don't miss the President Tree and the McKinley Tree. For impressive views of tightly clustered sequoias, you can visit both the House and the Senate. Compared to the crowds around the General Sherman Tree, the Congress Trail takes you to equally as impressive views with significantly fewer crowds. Only steps onto the path past General Sherman, crowds disappear, and you'll have space to spread out and enjoy the forest. The trail is mostly easy, with a few sections of moderate elevation gain. However, it's important to note that this park area is at high elevation, so be sure to take your time and stay hydrated if you start feeling tired. The trailhead starts at the parking area off Wolverton Road. If you're taking the park shuttle from the Giant Forest Museum, you can start from the General Sherman Tree accessible lot instead. Congress Trail hiking stats. Distance, 3 miles. Elevation, 495 feet. Length of time, 1.5 hours. Difficulty, easy. Number 4. Crescent Meadow Loop Trail. A vast green space surrounded by giant sequoia trees, Crescent Meadow is a great spot to take in the peaceful sights and sounds of nature. Travelers can access the meadow by heading to the end of Moro Rock Crescent Meadow Road, walking through the Crescent Meadow parking lot, and then continuing on the 1.5-mile loop that encircles the grassy field. Colorful wildflowers bloom here in the summer months, and animals like deer, marmots and even bears can sometimes be seen from the trail. If you are looking for an easy, leisurely hike to take in the scenery, Crescent Meadow checks the boxes. Visitors of all ages can stroll along the path at their own pace and stop to take photos of the field, trees and potential wildlife. However, the parking lot at the trailhead is fairly small, so if you're planning to drive in and park, get there early in the morning to secure a spot. The access road into Crescent Meadow generally opens in the middle of Memorial Day week and closes once heavy snow begins in the winter. On summer weekends and holidays, travelers can only access the trailhead via the free Sequoia National Park shuttle. No private cars are permitted in at these busy times. Crescent Meadow connects to a larger network of picturesque hiking paths, including Tharp's Log, Trail of the Sequoias and Log Meadow. Crescent Meadow Loop Trail hiking stats. Distance, 1.8 miles. Elevation, 206 feet. Length of time, 1 hour. Difficulty, easy. Number 5. Moro Rock Trail. Moro Rock is one of the most popular destinations in Sequoia National Park for sunset. The surrounding valleys and mountains turn pink, purple, and orange shades as the light fade away. So if you're looking for an epic sunset hike with panoramic views, don't miss Moro Rock. This granite dome rewards hikers with a breathtaking view of the Great Western Divide and the western half of Sequoia National Park. Between the 350-plus steps that lead to the top of the rock and the higher elevation, the hike can be a bit strenuous. Still, visitors declare it completely worth the workout to enjoy the amazing views at the summit. Handrails should be used, as there are steep drop-offs. Make sure to bring water and take breaks when you need to. How hard visitors have to work to get to Moro Rock depends on the season. In the summer, when the Moro Rock parking lot is typically open, travelers just have to climb the steps to reach the summit. Free shuttles also run from the Giant Forest Museum to the Moro Rock parking lot in the summer. If the lot is closed, then visitors are in for a 2-mile walk from the nearest parking area. In snowy or inclement winter weather, Moro Rock closes to visitors as the stairs get too slippery to be safe. Access to Moro Rock is included in park admission. Moro Rock not for those with extreme fear of heights. However, if heights aren't your thing, there are several spectacular viewpoints along the hike with less severe drop-offs before you reach the summit. Moro Rock Trail hiking stats. Distance, 0.5 miles. Elevation, 177 feet. Length of time, 30 minutes. Difficulty, moderate. Number 6. Takopah Falls Trail. Takopah Falls is one of the few waterfall hikes in Sequoia National Park. Starting from Lodgepole Campground, it's the perfect hike for those staying in the area or taking the park shuttle, which stops at Lodgepole. The trail follows a fork of the Sequoia River along granite cliffs out to a large waterfall. In late spring to early summer, the waterfall gushes at full force, fueled by snowmelt. However, by late summer and into fall, Takopah Falls flow slows significantly. Overall, the trail is primarily flat with beautiful scenery out to the 1,200-foot waterfall. Be sure to keep your eyes peeled for wildlife along the hike. With very little elevation change and idyllic scenery, Takopah Falls is one of the most popular hiking trails in Sequoia. The trail runs parallel to the Sequoia River, past towering granite cliffs to the gorgeous Takopah Falls. Cascading down 1,200 feet, the falls make for a beautiful place to have a picnic. Early in the season, the falls are stunning. However, going later in the year in September, the falls may only be a trickle. Takopah Falls Trail hiking stats. Distance, 4 miles. Elevation, 639 feet. Length of time, 2 hours. Difficulty, moderate. Number 7. Little Baldy. For a short but steep path to spectacular views, take the hike to Little Baldy. This trail climbs switchbacks up to the top of a peak called Little Baldy. The summit of this hike offers an amazing view of the Sherman Crest and the Great Western Divide. From the summit, you have views overlooking a natural border between Sequoia and Kings Canyon. Located 1.5 miles south of Dorst Campground, the Little Baldy trailhead is marked by a large sign on the east side of the road. The ascent follows an easy incline to the granite dome of Little Baldy, which features views of the lower portion of the Great Western Divide, Sequoia Peaks, and Sherman Crest. Keep your eyes peeled for nature along the hike, like marmots and notable rock formations like Big Baldy and Chimney Rock. Little Baldy hiking stats. Distance, 3.3 miles. Elevation, 793 feet. Length of time, 2 hours. Difficulty, moderate. Number 8. Marble Falls Trail. For a more difficult and less popular waterfall hike than Takopah Falls, opt for Marble Falls instead. The trail starts in Patricia Campground in the foothills region of the Sequoia National Park. If you're staying in this part of the park, this is an excellent option. The trail guides you through deep canyons and up more than 1,500 feet of elevation to the waterfall. While not as impressive as Takopah Falls, this cascade offers different views along the way and is the best place for a picnic after a strenuous hike. The foothills region gets very hot in the summer. Therefore, we highly recommend hiking this trail in the off-season or first thing in the morning to avoid the heat. Marble Falls Trail hiking stats. Distance, 7.4 miles. Elevation, 1,627 feet. Length of time, 4 hours. Difficulty, moderate. Number 9. Big Baldy Ridge Trail. Big Baldy Ridge is a popular choice for those making the trip from Sequoia to Kings Canyon National Park. Roughly halfway between Giant Forest and Grant Grove, it's an excellent midpoint hike. The trail to the summit of Big Baldy takes you to 360-degree views. You can overlook both Sequoia National Park to the south and Kings Canyon National Park to the north from the top. Don't miss views of Castle Peak, the Great Western Divide, Alta Peak, and Sawtooth Peak. While the hike does provide a bit of challenge with elevation, it is not a strenuous hike for average hikers. In the early summer, you may even spot some wildflowers along the trail. Big Baldy Ridge Trail hiking stats. Distance, 6 miles. Elevation, 1,473 feet. Length of time, 2 hours. Difficulty, moderate. Number 10. Alta Peak Trail. One of the best peaks in Sequoia National Park is Alta Peak. Located just south of Lodgepole Campground in the heart of the park, it's the perfect hike for those looking for a challenging hike without venturing out to Mineral King. The trail takes you up 4,000 feet in nearly 15 miles to the top of Alta Peak. Before this hike, you should acclimate to the elevation. The trail starts at over 7,000 feet and ends at the summit of Alta Peak, over 11,000 feet high. On a clear day, you can overlook the expansive mountains and valleys in Sequoia National Park. You can even see Mount Whitney, the tallest mountain in the lower 48. Alta Peak Trail hiking stats. Distance, 14.9 miles. Elevation, 4,064 feet. Length of time, 9 hours. Difficulty, strenuous. Number 11. Franklin Lakes Trail. Franklin Lakes is a popular overnight trail that can also be done as a day hike. The trail starts in the Mineral King area of Sequoia National Park. From the Mineral King Ranger Station, you'll steadily climb nearly 3,500 feet in 7 miles. The trail reaches its peak at Franklin Lakes. Here you'll find 3 alpine lakes nestled amongst the surrounding Sierra peaks. After taking time to relax, day hikers can return to the trailhead. Backpackers can choose to continue to explore more of the Sierra Nevadas. Franklin Lakes Trail hiking stats. Distance, 11.2 miles. Elevation, 3,458 feet. Length of time, 7 hours. Difficulty, strenuous. Number 12. Mineral King Trail to Eagle Lake. Mineral King is home to the best alpine hikes in Sequoia National Park. While not as long as the other favorite hikes, the trail to Eagle Lake packs in plenty of elevation. The trail climbs steadily from the end of Mineral King Road. As you hike, you'll pass a turn-off trail for another alpine lake, Mosquito Lake. A side trip here adds roughly 3 miles to your hike. At Eagle Lake, you'll have quiet alpine lake relaxation, views of the Sierras, and chances to spot wildlife like marmots. Mineral King Trail to Eagle Lake hiking stats. Distance, 6.5 miles. Elevation, 2214 feet. Length of time, 4 hours. Difficulty, strenuous. Number 13. Lakes Loop to Heather Lake, Emerald Lake, and Pear Lake. The Lakes Loop is one of the most popular backcountry trails in Sequoia National Park. It starts from the overflow parking lot off Wolverton Road, also commonly used to reach the General Sherman tree. While described as a loop, this trail is an out and back. You'll hike past 3 beautiful alpine lakes before returning to the trailhead. The trail starts in a forested area while steadily climbing to Heather Lake, Emerald Lake, and Pear Lake. About 4 miles from the trailhead and plenty of elevation later, you'll reach Heather Lake. Another mile of hiking rewards you with a peaceful view of Emerald Lake. This lake is a popular spot for backpackers to camp overnight, although campsites are available at Emerald and Pear Lakes. From here, it's only another 1.5 miles to reach the last and biggest lake on the trail, Pear Lake. If you're looking for a shorter hike, you can choose only to go as far as Heather Lake and return on a popular day hike. Lakes Loop to Heather Lake, Emerald Lake, and Pear Lake hiking stats. Distance, 12.3 miles. Elevation, 2936 feet. Length of time, 6 hours. Difficulty, strenuous. Number 14. Monarch Lakes Trail. If you're looking for a challenging but incredibly scenic one-night backpacking trip, don't miss the Monarch Lakes Trail. Starting at the end of Mineral King Road, the trail takes you through forests and meadows until you reach the alpine lake after about 4 miles. Monarch Lakes is comprised of both an upper and a lower lake, with plenty of options for backcountry camping nearby. For those looking for a more strenuous overnight hike, you can continue to Sawtooth Pass and Columbine Lakes. Here you'll find even more solitude as day hikers rarely make it this far. Monarch Lakes Trail hiking stats. Distance, 8.4 miles. Elevation, 2650 feet. Length of time, 5 hours. Difficulty, strenuous. Number 15. Mount Langley. Mount Langley is the 9th highest peak in California and one of California's 14 mountains. Standing at 14,026 feet, Mount Langley is often overshadowed by the other tall peak in Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park, Mount Whitney. If you aren't up for the incredibly strenuous climb up Mount Whitney, consider getting a backcountry permit and hiking Mount Langley instead. The 23-mile hike can be completed over 2 days for seasoned hikers and doesn't require any technical climbing skills. Mount Langley hiking stats. Distance, 23.0 miles. Elevation, 4688 feet. Length of time, 12 hours. Difficulty, strenuous. Only a few of the Sequoia National Park's hikes are discussed here. In addition to these, there are many more easy, moderate, and hardest hikes. The highest hike here is Mount Whitney. So be sure to check out the description section. There will be links to many essentials that can make your trip more enjoyable. Things you need to know before hiking in Sequoia National Park. First, best time to visit. Summer is the best time to visit Sequoia National Parks. From June to September, all park roads are open, and the weather is perfect for hiking. If you're looking to avoid crowds, consider visiting in May or October instead. Second, where to stay. If you're looking to stay in the park, you'll have plenty of lodges and campgrounds to choose from. We recommend Waxahachie Lodge in Sequoia or Cedar Grove Lodge in Kings Canyon. Outside the parks, you can book a spot nearby the park's inn bed and breakfast. All the lodge links are given below in description. But please remember, this is our opinion, just for make easy your trip. But you should definitely check and choose your own. Third, how to get there. The closest airport is in Fresno, California. You can also fly into San Francisco or Oakland, both 4 hours away. You can use Skyscanner to browse flights and find the best price. Links in description. Fourth, how to get around. The easiest way to get around Sequoia is in your own car. You can use rentalcars.com to browse deals on rental cars or rent an RV or campervan without Dorsey. Fifth, don't forget be sure to get an America the Beautiful National Park pass ahead of time. This $80 pass is valid for 12 months and get you into all 400+ national park sites including Sequoia National Park. All useful links including pass booking link are given in the description. Here is a brief overview of the park trip guide. Find the video link in the description or browse the channel for detailed information. Thanks for watching so far. We need your support. Please support us by like, comment, share and subscribe the channel. And don't forget to share your hiking experience to us.